Hi everyone, this is Angie from angieexcels.com. Today I'll be covering about Hlookup. So Hlookup is one of the most commonly used under the lookup and reference functions criteria or category. If you want to know what lookup and reference functions do, please go to my website www.angieexcels.com. I've covered that in all of my blogs. Look for blog number 2, which is VLOOKUP, or you can look for blog number 3, which is HLOOKUP. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be covering when should I use HLOOKUP, what is HLOOKUP syntax and argument, and what does it mean, and where to find HLOOKUP and how does it work. Okay, so let's begin. Hlookup stands for horizontal lookup. So when your data is organized by rows instead of columns, use Hlookup. And I will show that with you guys with my practice data set so that you guys can understand exactly what I mean by that. So, but if I describe it to you, it's basically when, let's say on a phone book example, when all your names is on row 1 and all your phone numbers is on row 2, then your data is organized by rows, okay? Use Hlookup when your lookup value is above of the return value. And what I mean by that is, for example, on the phone book example, right? When you want to call someone, you look for their names. So your lookup value is the name, but your return value is the phone number. So if your row 1 is full of names and your row 2 is full of the phone numbers, then use Hlookup. Okay? And again, I'll show that to you on the practice data set, so it's easily understandable, when you actually see what I mean by that. So Hlookup syntax and argument. Whew, that's a lot of words. Okay, so Hlookup is lookup value, comma, table array, comma, row index number, comma, range lookup. And I know some of you are probably getting cross-eyed wondering what does that mean, and I'm gonna cover that. So the arguments. So what do those lookup value, table array, row index, range lookup mean, right? So this is what they mean. So your lookup value is the reference value that you have available and want to look up. So in the phone book example earlier, your lookup value is actually the name of the person you want to call, not the phone number. The phone number is your return value, right? That's the one that you want to know so you can call the person. But do you actually look for the phone number, or you look for the name first, right? So you look for the name to get the phone number. Table array is where your data is located. So if you have a phone book question, you go to the phone book. That's your data, that's where your information is, so you go there. Row index num or row index number is the location of the return row from the lookup value. So that's where your return value is. So going back to the phone book example, if your row 1 is full of names and your row 2 is full of phone numbers, your lookup value is row 1, but your return value is row number 2. Okay? So range lookup is optional. If you want an exact match, you can just leave it blank or enter 0. If you want an approximate match, you can enter 1. And so, for example, if you have a lot of Hamiltons in your phone book and you just want to randomly call one Hamilton, you can just enter 1 and then it will just give you whatever number that has that, last name or name. But if you want like an exact Hamilton, you have to have a unique name in there. So you cannot have a lot of, let's say, Angelica Hamilton in there and with a bunch of different numbers and expect, the right one. You have to have a unique lookup value to have that unique return. Does that make sense? And I'll show that to you guys later. So where to find Hlookup and how does it work. So I will go to my practice dataset, and this will be available to all my subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please go to www.angieexcels.com and subscribe, and just reply to the email that you will receive and say that, hey, I want the practice data set, can you please send it to me? And I will definitely send it to you within 24 hours. Okay, so I will go to my spreadsheet. So this is the practice data set that I have. As you can see here, this is my phone book, right? And look at how they are organized by rows. The first name is row 1, cell phone numbers are on row 2, address, city, state, they're all by rows. If it's organized vertically or by columns, it will be flipped. So column A will be full of first names, column B will be full of cell numbers, and so on. Okay, so we're going to try to answer number 1. What is TK Rock's number? So here the question is saying is your lookup value will be TK Rocks and your wanted return value will be the phone number, right? What is TK Rock's number? So I will go here on cell D10 and I will show you the long way where you can find Hlookup. And I want to show this to you so that if you are not familiar with the syntax yet, there will be a box that will show and ask you the questions. But I'll show that to you right now. So you go to Formulas, Lookup and Reference, and there's Hlookup right there. And this is the box, right? So your lookup value will be TK Rocks. Table array will be this information right here. Row index number, okay? I want the phone number, so the location of that from the lookup value is 2. So I'll put 2. Range lookup is I want an exact match, so you can leave it blank or 0. Okay, and there's the phone number. Okay, so that's the long way to do it. Okay, the shortcut way to do it is you can just type in everything. If you're more familiar with the Hlookup, or if you want to challenge yourself, you can just type it all in. So basically, you just type it equals Hlookup, open parenthesis, your lookup value, TK Rocks, comma, here's your table, comma, row index number, again that's the second row, okay, range lookup, I want an exact match, so 0, close parenthesis, hit enter, and there you go. So let's try number 2. Which city is the Filipino restaurant located? Okay, so let's do it the shortcut way. Equals Hlookup, open parenthesis. So you want the Filipino restaurant. Okay, table array. That's still your phone book. Row index number. So the city. And the city is the number 4th row from the lookup value. So type in 4, comma, 0, close parenthesis, and there you go. Okay, and so the same concept applies to the other 2 questions. And like I said, this will be available to my subscribers if you want it, if you want to practice it. And that's it for Hlookup. If you want to know more Excel shortcut and tips, please go to www.angieexcels.com. I cover Microsoft Excel shortcuts and tips, other professional development stuff and other things that I have been learning or learned. Or you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching this, and happy learning!